When some NFL running backs dominate, it's easy for the common fan to believe he is something special. But in many cases, it's the work up front by the offensive line that gets overlooked. No blocking means no running game. Some running backs like Adrian Peterson and Barry Sanders have been able to do it on their own, but many other running backs wouldn't be great without, well, protection. I'm Justin Fraction, and today we take a look at 10 NFL running backs that are only good because of their offensive line. And a big shout out to Neon Enderman Nation for suggesting this list. We hope you enjoy this video, and if you do, feel free to click subscribe down below for more cool videos every single day. Number 10, Jordan Howard. The star running back out of Indiana wasn't taken until the 5th round, when the Chicago Bears took him 150th overall. Howard finished his rookie season with over 1,000 rushing yards and has a bigger burst of speed than his predecessor Matt Forte. That being said, Howard can thank the offensive line that also made Forte one of the league's elite running backs for 8 years. Hard to forget the promising running back Jeremy Langford, who showed with the Bears as well in 2015. See the trend? It looks like that Bears O-line makes any starting running back look pretty great. Number 9, Devonta Freeman. Double-digit touchdowns in both 2015 and 16, and well over 2,000 combined rushing yards in those same years. Freeman is the first great Atlanta Falcons running back since the 2008 version of Michael Turner. But credit should go to Atlanta's star-studded offensive line. Alex Mack is arguably the league's best center. He's been a huge addition to this team. Jake Matthews is also emerging as a franchise cornerstone. And then there's tackle Ryan Schrader. Also second-year running back Tevin Coleman has shown just as many flashes as Freeman when he gets his opportunity. Moving along. Number 8, Mark Ingram. He's not quite a superstar and may never rush for 1,000 yards, but with 3 straight seasons of over 750 rushing yards and a running back by committee offense, Ingram's made a name for himself. But the Saints' offensive line is probably one of the NFL's top 5. Teron Armstead is like maybe the best offensive tackle in the league. 2-time Pro Bowl center Max Unger also holds down the fort. Offensive tackle Zach Strief played in the 2013 Pro Bowl. And really, didn't Tim Hightower succeed in New Orleans? Yep. A great offensive line makes Ingram above average, but he'd be below average on most other teams. Number 7, Ezekiel Elliott. He's playing behind the best offensive line in the NFL. We saw how DeMarco Murray played behind this O-line. Travis Frederick has played in 3 Pro Bowls, ditto for Zach Martin. Tyron Smith has played in 4, plus future Hall of Famer tight end Jason Witten is an excellent blocker himself. Yes, Elliott is great, but that offensive line is just putting him on another level. He wouldn't be an MVP candidate anywhere else. Number 6, Jonathan Stewart. Stewart was part of the 2015 Carolina Panthers team that reached the Super Bowl. His 989 rushing yards and 6 touchdowns carried the Panthers' ground game throughout the season, except quarterback Cam Newton is also a sure bet for 500 rushing yards a season. You need a good O-line for that. Having Michael Orr, a consistent veteran, is a huge help. So is Darrell Williams, who protects Newton incredibly well, while opening up plenty of holes for Stewart. Number 5, Spencer Ware. The Chiefs' offensive line doesn't get enough love. That's too bad, because Alex Smith would not be a successful game manager without good protection. Also, wasn't Jamal Charles arguably the NFL's best running back from 2009 to 14 before the injuries piled up? And didn't Sharkandrick West rush for 634 yards in 2015 despite fighting with Charles and Spencer Ware for carries? A warning to Mr. Ware. Stay in Kansas City for life. Their O-line is making a name for you. Number 4, Legarrette Blount. Blount rushed for 1,007 yards in his rookie season with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Then he found new life with the New England Patriots in 2013 with 772 rushing yards and 7 touchdowns. He struggled in both 2014 and 2015, but he set the Patriots record for most rushing touchdowns in a season while also setting a career high in rushing yards. The Patriots' offensive line was awful in 2015. Why is it so great in 2016? They brought back old offensive line coach Dante Scarnecchia. Enough said. That has to be the biggest gift Blount has ever received, and he's making the most of it. Number 3, Carlos Hyde. Frank Gore rushed for 1,000 yards 8 times with the San Francisco 49ers and reached 5 Pro Bowls. Colin Kaepernick made a name for himself with his slick rushing ability. See the trend here? Left tackle Joe Staley is a one-man wrecking crew in San Fran, and it's helped Hyde have a career year after frustrating 2014 and 15 campaigns. The 49ers' passing game is also so bad, forcing them to rush the ball a ton. Luckily, the O-line does just enough to make their RBs good. Number 2, Lamar Miller. Miller rushed for 1,099 yards in 2014 with the Miami Dolphins. After a minor letdown in 2015, he rushed for over 1,000 in 2016 once again. Well, the Texans' offensive line had Arian Foster play like a Hall of Famer for a few years. That's because of offensive tackle Dwayne Brown and his 3 Pro Bowl appearances. Houston's always been a run-heavy offense. Miller's the ideal fit there and should try his best to never leave. Number 1, DeMarco Murray. So he led the NFL in rushing in 2014 with 1,845 yards and 13 touchdowns. It has to be pretty nice when you get to play with the Cowboys' offensive line that we had talked about earlier. Then Murray was awful in Philadelphia in 2015. He had only 702 rushing yards while averaging a woeful 3.6 yards per carry with 6 touchdowns. He gets traded to the Tennessee Titans in the 2016 offseason. Then he rushes for over 1,000 yards again in 2016 and surpasses 2015's touchdown total with ease. Having 2016 Pro Bowler Taylor Lewan will do that for you. Ditto for having rookie Jack Conklin and the surprising Josh Klein. See the trend? Give Murray a great O-line and he will produce. If it's not great, he's average. What other NFL running backs do you think are only good because of their offensive line? Join us in the comments below. If you like this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching and we'll see you guys next time.